Hello and welcome back to my channel Dinar and Dong Updates, April 2025. Iraqi dinar revaluation becomes reality. A historic turning point for global investors. For years, holders of the Iraqi dinar, IQD, have waited with anticipation, faith, and strategic patience. Many invested in the currency during its darkest days, driven by the belief that Iraq would one day emerge from decades of instability and economic stagnation to reclaim its place on the global financial stage. That long-awaited moment may have finally arrived. April 2025 has delivered groundbreaking news that could redefine the international currency landscape. Multiple credible sources, including statements from senior officials within the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, have confirmed that the Iraqi dinar has officially returned to global foreign exchange, Forex markets, and at an astonishing rate of $5.58 per Iraqi dinar. This isn't just a currency update, it's a financial and geopolitical milestone. The journey of the dinar. From collapse to comeback. To truly grasp the significance of this event, we need to revisit the history of the IQD. Before the Gulf War and the economic sanctions of the early 1990s, the dinar was among the strongest currencies in the Middle East. However, years of war, internal unrest, sanctions, and mismanagement eroded its value. At one point, a single US dollar could buy thousands of dinar, effectively rendering the currency nearly worthless outside of Iraq. Fast forward to 2025, and Iraq has made a powerful move. One that places the IQD among the world's strongest national currencies. The revaluation reflects more than just market speculation. It signals the rebirth of a nation's economy through structural reform, careful planning, and increased global cooperation. Why $5.58 per IQD matters. A valuation of $5.58 per dinar might sound too good to be true to seasoned investors. For years, optimistic projections hovered around $1 to $3 per dinar, with higher estimates viewed as unrealistic by many analysts. But according to CBI announcements and data from international exchange platforms, this new rate is no longer a projection. It's a fact. The implications are massive. For example, a 25,000 Iraqi dinar note, once worth a mere $20, now carries a value of approximately 139,000 US dollars. For long-term dinar holders, this represents an unprecedented gain, potentially life-changing for many. What made this revaluation possible? Several converging factors have set the stage for this momentous revaluation. The Iraqi government and CBI have spent years laying the groundwork through rigorous economic reform, financial restructuring, and international diplomacy. 1. Oil wealth as a financial anchor. Iraq's proven oil reserves, estimated to be worth over $15 trillion, provide a solid foundation for the new dinar value. With oil exports steadily increasing, Iraq has not only stabilized its budget, but also amassed significant foreign currency reserves, giving it more control over its exchange rate policies. 2. De-dollarization and currency sovereignty. Iraq has made deliberate moves to reduce its reliance on the US dollar, a policy known as de-dollarization. By promoting the dinar in both domestic and international transactions, the government has strengthened the currency's role in the national economy and boosted its legitimacy abroad. 3. IMF and international support. The central bank has worked closely with institutions like the International Monetary Fund, IMF, World Bank, and regional economic councils to implement best practices in monetary policy. These organizations have played a key role in ensuring Iraq's financial reforms are sustainable and credible. 4. Tightened monetary policy. New regulations around currency auctions and banking operations have minimized corruption, limited currency manipulation, and increased transparency. The CBI now maintains better control over money supply, inflation, and liquidity, all of which are critical to sustaining a strong exchange rate. Investor impact, a new era of opportunity. For global investors, this development represents not just profit, but validation. Many faced skepticism or ridicule for holding on to dinar, particularly when value increases were slow or speculative. Now, those who stayed the course are seeing the fruits of their belief. This revaluation brings liquidity back into the market. With the dinar now trading freely on major Forex platforms, investors can finally exchange their holdings through official, regulated channels. However, not all banks may be immediately prepared to handle Iraqi dinar exchanges. Investors are strongly encouraged to contact their financial institutions to understand current procedures, limitations, and timelines. The road ahead. Caution, opportunity, and strategic planning. While excitement is certainly warranted, investors must also act responsibly. Sudden wealth can be destabilizing without a plan. Here are several key actions investors should consider. 1. Verify with your bank. Before taking any financial steps, confirm that your bank is participating in IQD exchanges. Ask about their exchange rate policies, identification requirements, and whether they apply any limits or fees. 2. Beware of scams. Major financial news attracts fraud. If someone offers to buy your dinar at a higher rate or promises faster results through unofficial channels, consider it a red flag. Only work with licensed, regulated financial institutions. 3. Diversify your investments. The revaluation may have delivered a windfall, but smart investors look to preserve and grow their wealth. Consider diversifying into real estate, stocks, precious metals, or other currencies. 4. Stay informed. This is a dynamic situation. Policy changes, market fluctuations, and geopolitical developments could all impact the dinar's long-term value. Follow updates from the Central Bank of Iraq, IMF, and trustworthy financial news outlets. Regional and global implications. This revaluation doesn't just impact Iraq or those holding dinar. It's a ripple across global financial systems. 1. OPEC and oil markets. As a major oil exporter, a stronger dinar increases Iraq's purchasing power. This could stabilize oil prices, affect OPEC's production decisions, and shift global trade balances. 2. Regional economic growth. Iraq's stronger currency allows it to import more goods and invest in neighboring economies. This benefits regional trade partners and can spur growth across the Middle East. 3. Challenge to the dollar. Iraq's move to reduce dependency on the USD aligns with trends seen in countries like Russia, China, and Iran. As more countries push for currency diversification, this could accelerate the move toward a multipolar currency world. What experts are saying. Prominent analysts and figures within the currency and economic reform communities are weighing in on this historic event. Frank 26, a longtime IQD commentator, called the revaluation a once-in-a-generation shift, emphasizing that this isn't just about currency, but about restoring Iraq's international credibility. Nader from the Middle East pointed to the strategic patience and disciplined reforms that made this rate possible, framing it as a culmination of over a decade of economic restructuring. Pimpy, a popular financial content creator, highlighted the significance of Iraq's oil resources and GDP growth in justifying the 5.58 rate, stressing that this isn't speculative. It's grounded in real economic value. A model for post-conflict recovery. Looking at history, Iraq's revaluation follows a pattern seen in countries like Germany and Kuwait, both of which successfully restored their currencies following periods of war and economic collapse. Iraq's approach, fiscal discipline, oil-backed valuation, international cooperation, and phased reforms, mirrors those recoveries. Upcoming developments such as the ratification of the national budget, expanded trade agreements, and modernization of Iraq's financial infrastructure will further solidify the IQD's standing. Digital banking tools are also on the horizon, promising to improve financial access for Iraqi citizens and ensure transaction transparency. The bigger picture. Nation building through financial stability. A strong dinar is not just a number on a screen. It's a reflection of national stability, economic autonomy, and global confidence. Iraq's government is continuing to invest in infrastructure, education, and healthcare, sectors that form the backbone of sustainable growth. With the support of global institutions, Iraq is poised to emerge not just as a financially viable state, but as a regional power. The revaluation symbolizes a new chapter, one where economic strength replaces conflict as the defining feature of the nation. Final thoughts. A turning point with responsibility. The IQD revaluation is nothing short of monumental. For investors who held firm, it's a long overdue validation. For Iraq, it's a powerful statement of intent to the world. And for financial markets, it could signal the beginning of a broader rethinking of how currencies are valued and how nations assert their economic independence. Still, with great opportunity comes great responsibility. Sudden wealth can be fleeting if not managed wisely. Investors are encouraged to make informed decisions, consult with professionals, and avoid impulsive financial moves. The eyes of the world are on Iraq, and for the first time in decades, that attention is positive. Whether you're an investor, a policy watcher, or simply someone interested in global finance, this is a moment worth noting. Stay smart, stay cautious, and most of all, stay ready. The future, hey,